Hello, dear viewer. My name is GrifThor the Noob, as if you didn't already know that. Today begins a new chapter in my epic saga. For the first time in history, GrifThor the Noob will become GrifThor the Viking. Yes, you heard that right. Odin himself has called upon me to do the impossible. I've been tasked with conquering the land of Valheim, defeating his most fearsome enemies, with nothing but my bare hands and my superior intellect. Of course, it won't be easy, but then again, nothing worth doing ever is. I've already exorcised powerful demons, defeated legends in the arena, constructed mighty empires. It's safe to say I'm uniquely qualified for this mission. But enough about my astonishing track record. I'm a Viking guy now. It's time to do Viking stuff. I was cast in the very heart of the 10th realm, Valheim. This giant bird carried me there, through a storm. Very uncomfortable. Its talons dug into my shoulders. I'm fairly certain it did that on purpose. Apparently, Odin was too cheap to charter me a private jet. Or perhaps Viking jets simply aren't capable of interdimensional travel. Either way, I looked magnificent. The bird dropped me into a giant stone platform from 50 feet in the air, without warning. It just sped off as if it had more important places to be. Dick move. I would remember this. I could have been badly injured from the fall, but my superior bone density and perfect muscle control allowed me to land gracefully, like a cat. A very muscular Viking cat. My first instinct was to leave a bad review on Yelp. This was 2-star service, if I'd ever seen it. Possibly even 1.5. Then I remembered the Vikings don't have Yelp, or cell phones, or the internet. No matter. Odin must have sensed my irritation. He sent me a servant as an apology. While I appreciated the gesture, I immediately noticed something troubling. The servant's name. It was Donki. That was far too close to my name. Suspiciously close. Was this some kind of test? A deliberate provocation? I informed the strange man that I'd be taking Thor and he'd have to pick something else. He seemed more like a Loki, anyway. Something about his mustache. Obviously a trickster. He decided to be difficult and insisted on keeping his name. Luckily for him, I'm a reasonable leader. I decided a compromise was in order. He could have the first half of his stupid name idea and the second half of mine. Let's see. Donki plus Loki equals... You'll be Donki from now on. I explained slowly in case it was simple. Donki. Donki. Problem solved. He seemed thrilled. At least, I think he was. I didn't really care, to be honest. The decision was made. No use dwelling in the past. I had more important things to focus on. After Donki had finished prattling on about his new name, he immediately started cutting down trees, placing wooden foundations and walls. Right there, 10 feet from where we landed. I had to stop myself from laughing at his naivety. His lack of strategy was embarrassing. Poor Donki. Perhaps he was simple. This was a terrible location to set up a base. It was far too obvious. Any idiot would pick this spot, which is exactly why we wouldn't. But I didn't want to crush his spirit on day one. He was trying his best. He seemed certain that we needed shelter immediately. He kept going on about a starter base and gathering resources. Rookie mistake. Before we started building, we obviously had to find the perfect base location. We need to scout properly first, I explained as slowly as possible. The perfect base required elevated terrain, strategic positioning, and most importantly, good energy. He seemed unconvinced. He simply couldn't wrap his head around my sophisticated plan, no matter how slowly I explained it. I couldn't say I was surprised. Fortunately, what Donki wanted was of little importance to me. This is exactly why Odin made me the leader. We left Donki's crappy base behind and began exploring the immediate area. We scouted for miles, but every possible location fell short. The terrain simply wasn't perfect base material. Donki once again insisted on creating a temporary shelter to get us through the night. Nonsense. We wouldn't rest until our perfect base location was found. I explained to Donki that we'd scout the entire world if necessary. We built a raft and set sail. The open seas, the heart of any good Viking adventure. I acted as our navigator as he rowed. Our journey took us to many interesting locations. I strategically diagnosed each of them as Donki scouted ahead. We found dense forests. Donki went ashore to gather wood for a crafting bench. Some kind of large creature appeared. Donki didn't last 30 seconds. Clearly, this biome had defensive issues. We found dark and mysterious swamps. I'd heard that these lands were rich with iron. Donki insisted that we couldn't access it without some kind of key. I didn't believe him. I refused to budge until he got off the raft and proved it. An arrow came from nowhere. Nobody could have predicted it. We found vast and expansive plains. I spotted a group of large puppies on the shore. Adorable. We approached to get a better look. Donki's negative aura startled them. We were no longer welcome here, thanks to him. Plus, I noticed that there were giant mosquitoes everywhere. Unacceptable. A storm rolled in while we were at sea. Donki insisted that we needed to find shore. Something about sea monsters. Nonsense. I wasn't about to let his superstitions delay our mission. A large serpent appeared, blindsided us. The beast destroyed our raft. Clearly, the open ocean wasn't suitable for settlement. My name is GrifThor, not Grif Poseidon, after all. We found lands of mist. Donki tried to communicate with the locals. He insisted that they were friendly. I decided to test his hypothesis. He was very wrong. They were loose cannons. The slightest annoyance set them off. Plus, I couldn't see 3 feet ahead. Terrible visibility. The whole biome felt like a cockroach infestation waiting to happen. We found lands of fire and ash. We attempted to navigate through what appeared to be water. It was not water. This place was too warm, anyway. Inhospitable. Sweaty. I require an average temperature between 68 and 72 degrees Fahrenheit to function efficiently. We found lands of snow and ice. We both survived this one, mostly because there was nothing there to kill us. Just ice. Frozen wasteland. Barren of life and resources. Completely impractical. We'd sailed the entire world, rejected every location. I was beginning to think that Odin had set me up to fail. Were there truly no suitable base locations in all of Valheim? Donki's constant negativity just made matters worse. But I wouldn't let him break me. That's what he wanted. That's what Loki would want. I decided our best bet was to scout further inland. That's when something else caught my attention. Next time on GrifThor the Viking, I discover something in the mountains that changes my life forever. Donki's negativity intensifies. I devise a brilliant plan to add a third member to our adventuring group, and Operation Wolf Trap Omega officially commences. Tune in next time to witness the continued saga of GrifThor the Viking, or subscribe to my Patreon or watch it right now. Either way, subscribe to the channel. See you next time.